I never imagined that one small lie would turn my entire world upside down. It all began when I told my family that I had won a fully funded trip abroad, even though I hadn't won anything. I just needed a break from the pressure and expectations that had been suffocating me. Instead of leaving the country, I secretly booked a cheap room in a nearby town and pretended to travel, posting old edited pictures online. My family believed every bit of it, especially my mother, who hugged me tightly and cried with joy. But the moment I reached the small town, something felt off. My phone kept buzzing with unusually emotional messages from my father and brother, messages filled with worry rather than pride. My mother kept repeating, "Stay safe. This trip could change everything." Her words didn't make sense, but they carried a strange fear I didn't understand. Little did I know, my fake journey would uncover a year-old secret my family had tried desperately to keep buried. On the third day of my fake travel, something strange happened. An old man from a tea stall called me by my mother's name, Zara. I froze, denying it, but he stared at me with unsettling certainty, saying I had the same eyes and the same fear. The word fear struck me hard. Later, curiosity made me return to him. I asked how he knew my mother, and he revealed that she had stayed in this same town years ago, while running from something or someone. My mother had never mentioned anything like this. Then he handed me a folded paper, saying my mother left it with him for her child someday. My hands shook as I opened it, and found a photo of a man I had never seen, carrying a little girl who looked exactly like me. My voice trembled as I asked who he was. The old man replied, "Your real father." My world stopped. Everything I thought I knew about my family suddenly felt incomplete. I felt like the ground had disappeared beneath me. The man in the picture couldn't be my real father. The only father I knew had been loving and kind all my life. But the old man explained that years ago, my mother had fled from her first husband, a powerful businessman with dangerous connections, who wanted to use me as leverage in his legal battles. My head spun as I rushed back to my room and confronted my mother over a call. After a long shaking silence, she finally confessed everything. The man in the photo was her first husband, and she had escaped when she realized he intended to manipulate my life for his game. She told me she hid for months before meeting and marrying the man who raised me. Then she said something that shook me even harder. Her first husband had found them again last year, which was why my family always stayed overprotective. "We weren't controlling you," she whispered. "We were protecting you." Suddenly their emotional messages made sense. They were terrified not of losing me, but of him finding me. That night someone knocked on my door, slow, deliberate, chilling. No one knew where I was staying yet. The knocking continued. Through the peephole I saw him, the same man from the photo. My real father. He spoke through the door softly, as if he knew I was listening, claiming that my mother had lied, and that he only wanted to tell me the truth. I didn't respond. He pushed an envelope under the door and left. Inside were legal documents, birth papers, and court files, making it look like he had fought to protect me all these years. His papers made him seem like the victim, and my mother, the one running away. My hands shook as confusion swallowed me. Who was lying? Before I could think, my phone buzzed violently. A message from my brother flashed across the screen. "He knows you are not abroad. He's coming for you. Get out now. Panic filled my lungs as I realized the danger was real and closing in. I ran through the dim streets, guided only by fear and a location. My brother sent me a safe house on the edge of town. When I arrived, my mother was already there, trembling, terrified and crying. She finally told me everything. Her first husband wasn't searching for me because he loved me. He wanted to use me to intimidate his business rivals. He had forged documents, lied in court, and hired people to track me for years. Which was why my parents never let me travel alone. They weren't suffocating me, they were shielding me. Police sirens echoed moments later. My current father had alerted authorities, and they arrested the man outside. As he was taken away, he looked at me with a strange mixture of anger and longing, but I felt nothing. My mother squeezed my hand and said softly, "You didn't discover a lie. You discovered why we had to protect you." And in that moment, I finally understood. My fake journey had uncovered the real truth. My family's love was the only reason I was still safe.